Um, Ben White is still in contention, so he needs to train tomorrow to make sure that he's available to play. And for the rest, no news. Everybody should be okay and ready to play.
Great news this morning. You signed the captain five. What are your plans for the last?
Well, I'm delighted because obviously from both sides we have shown a real commitment of what we want to do together in this beautiful journey, and the plans and the vision that we share, the reason why I'm doing it, and I think the club is doing it because we share the same belief, the same passion, and the same level of trust about each other and how we're doing it. And I'm really excited about what we can do together.
This weekend, talk me through how big this game is, because obviously with you it's a fight for not the top four places, and for Leeds they're trying to avoid relegation, so there's a lot riding on it.
It's a lot to play for, and obviously the situation that they are in, they want to show how much they want to get out of that zone as quick as possible. And for us, it's the defining moment in the season. After everything we've done, so we want to capitalize in what we've done the last 9 or 10 months.
And I wanted to ask you last night, great win for Rangers, you to say your reaction and what it means to not only players but also the fans.
Well, so happy for them, especially about what happened the last few days with Billy. He was the kid man. He was someone that I love so much, and I have great memories. And you just have to see the reaction everybody had towards him. So hopefully they can dedicate that victory to him and go and lift the trophy now, because it will be. I cannot imagine how Glasgow would be if they managed to win that trophy.
Nick from Premier League.
And again, when we spoke after the West Ham game, you mentioned that you're pleased with the result, but you highlighted that the decision making in ball possession were not as good as you were hoping.
Mm-hmm.
Are those the two areas you're hoping to see improvement this match?
Hopefully we can play better with the ball than what we did. It's true that as well we did a lot of good things in that game to earn the right to win it. The way we competed, the way we managed the strength of West Ham and how much we limited them. But every game has different demands, and against Leeds it will be a completely different game the way they play, but really competitive as well.
The game against Leeds back in December was one of the best you had this year. Was that game an evidence for you that gave this reassurance of how the team progressed this season?
It was. I think we started the game really, really strongly. It's true that the context was different. They had a lot of COVID players at the time, and they were struggling with numbers. We were in a really strong position at the moment. It would be different. Now the situation is different. They have a new manager. They have changed a few things in their organization, and never two games are the same.
And from Leeds, do you expect the same style of play they played against Man City recently? Obviously, eventually it cost them for the league or safety.
It's the game that they changed, especially the formation, because they never played like that before. So we are aware that they can do either of those. You look at the history of the coach and what he's done. He's always been very consistent, very defined way of playing, and are really attracting, in my opinion, way to play football. So I'm expecting something similar.
Okay, where's Josh?
A consistent message from you this season has been how fans have been so good, especially in the run-in now. Are you seeing examples of that in the stadium? And I'm thinking like the banner of the United game, and is it actually lifting the fans?
It is lifting, and that chemistry and that connection is growing every single week, and you can sense that the players certainly do it, and they talk a lot about the difference that it makes to play in the stadium, or even when we go away from home, the incredible support that we get. That was something that we've been missing in the last 2 years. We discussed that many times, and in my opinion, that's the game changer. Is their energy and their emotions toward the team that is really contagious.
The artist comes, but he's released a song called The Angel. I'm not sure you're aware it's gone viral on Twitter. Have you seen it? You're aware of it?
I have thousands of requests from all our supporters to go and do something about it. And we want to listen to them. It's great because they are bringing all the initiatives now. We don't have to do anything. It's up to them. They feel it. They want to earn it. They're doing a lot of things around the stadium as well, as we all notice. So let's give it a push. If that's what they want to do, and that's what we want to to be seen and feel like it, I think it's no better way than go ahead and do it when you feel it.
I just wanted to ask about Gabriel. He's been linked this week with events this thing last later as well.
Which Gabriel?
Gabriel.
Okay. Big Gabby.
Kieran, sorry, Gabby. Kieran, there's so many of us. So many Gabby. Kieran was with Rail as well recently. Obviously, there's a lot for you guys to do this summer in terms of contracts and the loan players can put back and sort of get reached out. But in terms of your start together, would be quite considered now the regular season. Are you going into this summer viewing them as untouchable?
Well, what we want to do, we want to improve the team, the squad, and obviously we know that there is no a player that doesn't have a margin to improve or evolve in his way of playing and in his career. So we want to retain our best players for sure, and we want to add into that more quality and depth to be more competitive.
I mean, Arsenal certainly brings the history of just as they're building something, maybe allowed to sell the best players, sort of sense of something has really good oil. It's important for this process. We know that you're trying to build here, but that doesn't happen. It's not a case of one step forward, two steps back now, and it's just sort of built upwards rather than sort of these players key moments.
What we have to be really prepared is when we're going to do that and why we're going to do that, and we can control those timings and we can have the decision making on when is the right timing to do it and be prepared for that. So sometimes it's inevitable because you cannot offer the same competition level as they've been offered, or because you think it's the right moment to make a move. But in principle, we want to maintain our best players and keep them and get better.
Thanks,
Mikel, congratulations on your new contract.
Thank you.
Can I ask you a bit about the timeline leading up to this? Is this something you've been discussing for a long time? And often with players, we say we talk about contracts at the end of the season. What made you think it was the right step for you to commit to the club precisely that?
So the club was so decisive and committed to do it now, and they wanted to bring clarity starting from ownership about what we were doing and show the stability and the commitment to the project, and don't have to worry in the summer about any of that. And we want to recruit players or keep the players that we want, that they can see a clear path in their future, and there is no question mark there. So the moment that they questioned me about what my feelings are, it was very clear that I was ready to commit here. I'm extremely happy here, and this job is still a lot to do.
And when did you tell the players that they find out at the same time last year? Earlier in the week?
No, they found out this morning. Some of them they've been asking me in the last few months because they had questions about their individual futures, because they read some news as well, but it's not something that I like to be talking about. I want zero distraction about that. So this afternoon, that's done. It's clear for the future, and now it's just full focus on Leeds.
The last couple of broadcasts for the summer.
Just on summer, Mikel, I think Eddie was describing it as a big summer. How important do you think it is, and how useful it be that your contract is sorted? You know, speaking to people like Mikel, it's signing new deals, want to bring new players for them to know that you're going to stay.
Well, so we can explain, because it's something that you have to be explained to the players. So when you are discussing the possibility to prolong the stay here or recruit somebody that is playing at a different club, you have to explain how you want to do it, and in detail, so they know and they expect clearly what they're going to be living if they join our club. And in order to do that, the club thought that it was the best moment to do it, and to be fair, I agree with it.
And final one.
Signing a contract in terms of last Sunday, obviously beating West Ham, guaranteed European football next season. Was that linked in any way to the new deal?
The club offered me the contract when we lost 3 matches, and that day I went like this, chapeau, and go. And that doesn't happen in football.
Was that part of you?
That's a part of what they think, the conversation I have, the belief that they have in myself, the coaching staff, in what we are doing, and the people that we have now owning this football club and leading this football club. And I haven't ever seen it, and I just got emotional when I see it, because I just said, these guys are serious and these guys are committed, so I better push forward.
It's not you, that's basically getting someone you've been down to get a contract like that. Is that almost drive you to now see what we're seeing of it?
Words and facts are very different things, and in football they can be extremely different in relation to the results, and it's not the case. So they meant something for many months and conversation that we had, and they put it in a piece of paper after that day. So for me, it's not a better way to describe the people that we have at the club.